sur le podcast d'Anglais in France, des séjours linguistiques, anglais en France et FLE en France.
Good morning, everyone. This morning I'm here for this new episode of Anglais in France with our guest called Wendy. Wendy is part of the project of the host family with Anglais in France. But let's get into it. And yeah, Wendy, can you briefly introduce yourself and some background information about you?
Yes, hi Nixon. Yes, my name's Wendy Parrott. I've lived in France for 30 years. I've brought up my 4 children here in the Lot, which is close to Vazerac. And I have students staying in my house all throughout the year.
Nice. And can you tell us more about your host family, of course, and the main reason or the reason why you chose to be part of this project, host family?
Yes, well, I had a friend who was having English lessons with Anglais in France, and she said that they were looking for host families, and I came to meet Jennifer and Didier, and we decided that it would be a really fun thing to do, and it went from there. So Jennifer came to my house, we had a cup of tea, I told her a little bit about my life, and so that helped her to be able to match me with the students. And I've been doing it for a year now, and it's been a great success.
Do you remember your first time when you was your first student, Wendy?
Yes, very well. His name was Xavier. He was in his early 50s. He had taken early retirement and he was about to buy a company. And he was extremely motivated and excited about his future career, and he had come just to improve his English so that he could move forward in his business. So it was fascinating.
And if you don't mind, ask you also, you of course host not just like young student, but also some less young student. And can you tell us if you find any difference between host a less young student and a more young student?
Yes, well, it's always very exciting with the young prepa students because they are full of ambition and they're extremely motivated, and it's really interesting to find out about what their aims and goals are in life, and we talk about their projects and what they want to do, and they're extremely positive, and I find it very exciting to see that the young people of today are so motivated. It's very reassuring. And then with the adults, they're usually at a stage of their career where they need to have a better level of English to move forward in their career. They can be anything in their 30s, 40s, 50s. And it's fascinating to find out about their professional career, where they live, they've travelled probably, their families. It's a very full and enriching experience.
And do you think there is any beautiful aspect of to host these students in which is your home, basically?
Yes, it's lovely to show them where I live and how we live in this part of France. We find out about where they come from because they're from all over France, so maybe they have different traditions and it's kind of a different culture in different parts of France depending on the climate and how we live. So there's an awful lot to learn from people who come from different parts of France, and I find it really, really interesting.
And in this experience, what aspect of your character did you play in this experience?
Well, I come from Scotland, so I'm naturally very friendly. I've got quite an open mind. I've travelled a lot, and so I think you just have to be friendly and interested and a good listener, and those are the sort of characteristics that you need.
I see. And in all like your experience of like host student, and can you tell us about like maybe a funny moment you came across?
Oh yes, well there was one student who arrived who was passionate about parrots, and she had bred parrots all her life, and she was quite interested to see that in my house I have quite a collection of wooden parrots. There are parrots basically everywhere in my house, and that is when she discovered that the translation of my surname, Parrott, is Perroquet, and so we had quite fun discussing parrots during the week.
I see. And for conclude, can you give maybe an advice or some advice for a family who would like to start this? I would say want to start maybe to start this. Want to start hosting student. Sorry.
Yes, I think the best advice I can give is just, if you're thinking about hosting families, just try it. It's a way of meeting new people and sharing ideas and learning a lot of different things about different people and places. And I really would recommend it to anybody who maybe has a spare room in their house and wants to have a bit of fun. These people are extremely interesting, and I've made some really good friends over the last year, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So just go for it.
So thank you very much, Wendy, for sharing your own experience with Anglais in France as host family. And yeah, see you soon.
Thank you, Nixon.
Merci d'avoir écouté cet épisode de podcast jusqu'au bout. Si vous souhaitez nous poser des questions sur le sujet ou simplement suivre les actualités d'Anglais in France, je vous invite à nous rejoindre sur le site AIF, sur Instagram ou sur LinkedIn par exemple. Plaisir de vous retrouver sur notre chaîne.